That was good. That was good. I thought y'all just want to know my favorite color. Damn. Hey guys, it's Shy and welcome back to my channel. Go ahead and click the subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed, and turn my post notifications on so you can be notified every time I post. Alright, so if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I put together a suggestion box on my Instagram story so that I could get feedback from my followers as to what kind of content they would like to see on my channel, and a Q&A was highly requested. With that being said, I put a link in my bio, that way my followers could anonymously ask me questions that they would like to know about me, and I compiled them into a list and we're going to be answering them today. So let's get into it. Now, what kind of tea are we spilling today about myself? Alright guys, and the first question is, I know you go by Shy, but what is it short for? My name is Shireen Santos, and I go by Shy because it's so much more simpler, easy to pronounce, and I already know that people are going to mispronounce my name and I kind of get a little offended, so Shy is the way to go. Next question is, when is your birthday and how old are you? My birthday is October 29 and I'm 22. Next question is, what is your sign? I am a Scorpio sun, Libra moon, and Cancer rising. So basically I'm really sensitive. How many siblings do you have? I have 4 siblings. 2 of them is here in Florida, and the other 2, because they're the youngest, they're still in Guam. Those are my biological siblings. And I do consider my godmother's kids to be my siblings too. We grew up together. They're my first cousins, but they're my siblings. So she has 4 kids. So they're all my siblings. But 4 biologically. Okay, I can't tell you guys how many times I've gotten this question. Are you single? Yes, I am single. Not looking though. And that leads me to the next question. Love life, non-existent. Next question was best friend, question mark. I'm gonna be honest guys, the last year has taught me so much, and I consider my best friends to be my immediate family. Through all the hard times, through all the struggles that this past year has brought, my family has never folded on me, and they know basically everything about me and still love me for who I am. So shout out to my brother, Darren, my sister, Ree, my godmother, my god siblings, Seth. Like, thank you for being my people. I just got a little emotional. The next question's a little weird because I never get this question, but it's, what shampoo do you use? Guys, I take a lot of pride in the way my hair smells and my whole hair care, and I do plan on doing a hair care routine, but this is my holy grail. I've been using this shampoo for the last 3 years without replacing it. I use the shampoo and the conditioner. It makes my hair smell incredible. It's dry to very dry hair, and if you don't know, I use hot tools a lot. I straighten my hair a lot, I curl my hair a lot, and this makes my hair so soft, smells great, and like I said, I've been using it for the last 3 years. And before this one, I was actually using the green one from Garnier Fructis. Best shampoo ever, in my opinion, because it works really well for my hair. Thanks for that question, because like I said, I take a lot of pride in my hair. All right, moving on to the next question. This one made me laugh. Why did you move out of Hawaii? First of all, I never lived in Hawaii. So, I never lived in Hawaii. Alright, and the next question is, how long were you on Guam? I was actually born and raised on Guam. I grew up in Jigo with my family, and I left right after my 19th birthday, like a month after my 19th birthday. Which brings me to my next question. What made you relocate out of Guam? I actually left Guam because I enlisted into the United States Navy right after high school, right after my senior year. Yeah, I joined the military. That's a whole nother story in itself. We're not going to get into that right now. The next question was, how was your startup after leaving? I left Guam to pursue a career in the military. If you knew me in high school, I didn't play sports. I was that ROTC girl. I lived and breathed ROTC. I was involved with a lot of the activities, and I just really found a passion for it. And so I enlisted with my best friends. They're still in the military. Thank you for your service, Kiko and Josephine. But I was medically discharged for a heart condition, so that was tough. When I found out about it, I was sad, really sad. I was in Chicago by myself. I had no family, and I wasn't really too familiar with the difference between Chicago time and Guam time, so calling family back home was a little hard. I couldn't always get them on the right time, so I basically felt alone. And that's when my godmother, who lived in Florida, had reached out to me and had opened her doors to me. She told me that if I wanted to go back home, I could go back home, or if I wanted to come to Florida and try life out here and start up life out here, then I can do that as well. And her doors were open. She would support me. She would support everything I wanted to do, whether it be go to college, work, whatever it was. She was here for me, basically. So instead of going back to Guam, I decided that coming to Florida to start up a new life and start fresh and clean, that would be what was best for me. And it's so hard to talk about this. Anyways, my dad was still living on Guam, and he had really wanted me to come home. He felt like I was wrongly diagnosed with a heart condition, so that was a case that we could possibly fight, and I just didn't really want to deal with it. So I moved here to Florida, moved in with my godmother. She took care of me. Godfather, they took care of me. They treated me as their own, and that was the start. I wanted to go to school, but it was really expensive, so I decided to work for a year. That way I could establish residency here in Florida, so I wouldn't have to pay out-of-state tuition if I want to go to school. That's a whole nother story in itself as well. So, moving on. How is life outside of Guam? Wow, that's a tough question. Okay, so I've been living in Florida for 3 years. 3.5, maybe. And since moving here, there's been pros and cons. Pros, I got a brand new start. There was so much more opportunities, and I'm not saying that there isn't opportunities on Guam, because there really is. If I had decided to go back to Guam and make a life there, I could have, 100%. But the whole point of me joining the Navy was to explore, was to branch out, was to travel and expand my horizons and things like that. And so that is why I moved here. So basically there's so much more opportunities. Con though, you will never find people like island people. I miss home so much because it didn't matter who you were. Everybody knew everybody, and everybody was kind to everybody. There was a lot of respect. There was a lot of cultural appreciation. My people love their culture, and that is something I take pride in. I am so proud to be from Guam. I will never stop telling people that I'm from Guam. You will never find people like island people. The amount of love, hospitality, and respect that you find on that island is crazy for its size. So shout out to my island people. I will forever represent. All right, guys, next question. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw this one. Someone said, why you act better than everyone? Public service announcement. I do apologize to the public for acting better than everybody. I was unaware that that is what I was doing. But obviously I'm offending some people for being confident and finally being able to step out of my comfort zone and branch out and do new things. I'm sorry that I'm acting better than you. I'll do my best not to. Again, apologies. Another hate question. SMH, how you forget about your real parents and siblings when you finally get your money's worth? LOL, talking about humble leche. And they had a follow-up question too. Your real parents and other siblings, SMH, you only fuck with people who have money. That's why you dropped your family from GU, Guam. I don't want to get into this because I don't feel like I owe anybody an explanation, but this person has it all twisted. Let me look at this question again before I answer it. All right. So if you know me and my family, you would never ask this. So that's how I know that this person doesn't even know me personally. So I'm not here to shine light on the hate. I'm just here to say that I don't talk about family with anyone besides family. And that's because it's a sensitive topic and it's nobody's business. But just to clarify, I didn't drop anybody. I still talk to my family. It may not be on an everyday basis because we all have lives, but I still talk to my family. My siblings from GU, my siblings from Guam, 2 of them are here and 2 of them are in Guam. And the 2 that are in Guam are only in Guam right now because they still go to school. What you want me to do? Pick them up and bring them here? No. I'm going to let them graduate where they want to graduate. And 2, I don't only fuck with people who have money. Why would I? I have my own money. I do, however, support my people in any way they may need. This person got it all twisted. And I most definitely didn't forget about my siblings in Guam. Like I've said, I've been out here for 3 years, but for the past 3 years, I have sent my siblings back home a big care package at the beginning of every school year so that they would have whatever the fuck they needed for school. So they would, at the beginning of the school year, my siblings would send me like a list of things they needed, wanted, sizes, everything. I would buy them shoes, jackets, bags, school supplies, and I would send it to Guam for them. And I did that for the last 3 years. And I do it because I can, and because no, I don't forget about my siblings. I will never forget where I came from, and I will never forget about my people. So get that straight, bro. All right, guys, next question is, have you had any paranormal experiences? Like the one in the movies? No, but I make myself paranoid a lot of the time. I live by myself, so I often freak out. I'm always like, and it's nothing, so no. Next question is, what is the first thing you notice about a person? I would say eyes. I'm very intrigued by eyes. I feel like you can tell a lot about a person just by the look in their eyes. And the next question is, how do you define success? This is a good question, actually. I feel like success is defined differently by every person. So in my opinion, it is measured by the goals that you set for yourself and how hard you're willing to work and whether you meet them or not. So I don't consider myself to be successful based on measurements of other people or based on where anybody else is at in life. I feel like I'm successful based on the goals I set for myself and where I want to be in 5 years. If I meet those goals and exceed them, I'd consider myself successful. All right, next question. When was the last time you felt you had a new lease on life? That's a good question. This quarantine has actually taught me a lot, because if I had $1 for every time I said I wanted to start YouTube and didn't, I'd have enough money to not be on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever reach that point where you're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, new goals, new this, blah, 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 and you don't fall through? That's me. And I feel like this quarantine has done me good, even though it's been stressful and I get into my head a lot. It's been good, because if it wasn't for this time off, I probably would have never started YouTube. And that's all I want to do. I want to create content. All right, next question is, what's the most beautiful beach you've been to? Guam. Guam's beaches, top notch. You know what? I'm going to show you a picture. Let me just pull up a picture. Boom. Tell me that's not beautiful. Tell me that's not breathtaking. And our next question is, when did you first start using makeup? I've always been into makeup, but growing up I never really had any sort of type of makeup. As far as like eyeshadow and lipstick and foundation, I've never discovered any of those up until like 2017, honestly. In high school, I was just doing eyebrows, a little bit of eyeliner, and mascara. And then when I moved out here to Florida, at the Orlando airport, I actually bought my first eyeshadow palette, and it was this MAC little mini like 9-shade palette. It was so tiny. It had 9 shades and it was like purple and shimmery, and that was my first little palette, and I started doing makeup then. It's about like March of 2017, 3 years. Yeah. And my next question is, well, this isn't really a question. Girl, you fine as hell, but you should do a natural makeup tutorial that kind of looks like the color nude or brownish type of look. Much love for you. Much love for you too. My makeup look today was actually inspired by this question, because sometimes I feel like I can't do a natural look, because every time I start, I always go heavy with eyeshadow, make it big and bold and beautiful. As even my eyeliner, it's thick, eyebrows dark, lashes big, like. So today I decided to do a more natural look, and how'd I do? What is your biggest pet peeve? Just one? I'd have to say when people don't clean after themselves. Yeah, I can't stand when people don't clean after themselves. Like, you open a door, close it. You touch something, put it back. Simple. That's my biggest pet peeve, probably. Next question is favorite Starbucks drink. I get a venti iced white chocolate mocha with no whipped cream. This was a few hours ago, so it's all melted, but it's still good. Next question. What state do you hope to retire in? State? Cali, maybe? I always feel like California is a whole different world of its own. All right, next question. What is the secret to your success? You're making big moves. It's so exciting to see someone from Guam killing it stateside. Shout out to you, by the way. So I'm nowhere near close to where I want to be in this life, but as far as I've come and what has brought me here, the secret would be you have to be self-aware. You have to know who you are, the light you bring, and the potential you have to succeed. Stop being insecure. Don't give up on yourself. Don't lose hope, because the only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is you. Where you are now, where you want to be, it's you. It's all in your head. And once you're able to overcome that, anything is possible, I promise. All right, and the next question is, how do you manage to balance all the things in your life? That's a good question, actually, because adulting is hard. And I feel like sometimes we tend to overstress ourselves over things that are not actually as big as we think they are. So this is also advice that I give to my brother whenever we tend to get worked up over responsibilities. My advice is to write everything down. Write your responsibilities down, your priorities, things you need to do. That way you can see it right in front of you. That way you're able to run through it and realize that it's not as big as it seems, that it's not too much, that you don't need to overwork yourself, that you don't need to overstress yourself over your responsibilities. So my advice is to write everything down. That's what I do. I keep a book, write everything that I need as far as bills, groceries, responsibilities, priorities, everything. That's how I manage everything. What were some of your lowest points or hardest times that made you realize you wanted to become successful? Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't really know if I want to get into this right now. Let's just say I used to pray for the life I have now. Okay. This is also why that question about family kind of hit hard, because I don't really pay attention to hate comments or whatever, because people are entitled to their own opinion, and that's what it exactly is. It's your opinion and you have a right to it. But if you know anything about me or life while I was growing up, okay, we're not gonna talk about this. That is a whole nother journey. And I'm happy to be where I am now. Grateful for my life. Yeah, have you ever struggled in your life? How was that like? And how did you get past it? Any type of struggle? I would just have to say that the last year has been my biggest year of growth so far. I've had a lot of heartbreak and a lot of pain. It has taught me a lot of lessons, and my advice is feel how you feel. Don't hold it in, don't hold back, let it out, allow yourself to feel, because your feelings are valid. Every day after your struggles, it gets a little bit easier. And I do understand that relapses happen and you get sad about it again, and that's okay too. Your mental health is important, so allow yourself to feel it. because when you let it out, you feel a little better. That's my advice. The next question is, what is one thing you're extremely proud of yourself for? I'm extremely proud of myself for who I am as a person. I've changed a lot over the last 3 years. I'm no longer this like bitter kid. I'm extremely proud of my growth. I'm proud of how far I've come and what's next in this journey for me. Next question is, are you happy with where you are now in life? I've made a lot of mistakes. I've been through a lot, and I can honestly say I'm content with where I am now in life. Alright guys, well that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And comment down below your feedback or answer any of these questions that were asked in this video. I would love to know your feedback. Let's be friends on social media if you would like to. Stay safe, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.